Well, during the latter part of my career, when I was working chiefly as a non-exec director, I felt increasing frustrations. I felt a scream building up inside me about all the things I would like to be able to say, but felt it was impossible to say in the context that I was in. And I wanted to write the book to have my say and set the record right as I saw it, and to spill the beans on a lot of the things which are going on and going wrong in British business at the moment. Well, the first thing is the short-termism and the very difficult relationships between quoted company boards and the fund managers who invest in them. There's a lot of change that's needed there. Another area is corporate governance, and I feel that an awful lot of what's happening in corporate governance at the moment is extremely politically correct and is completely meaningless or even counterproductive in practice. And those are two of the things that I absolutely highlight. And my book sets out some very specific suggestions about some of the things which could be done to improve those circumstances.
Do you want to tell me the name of the book?
The book is called Tragedy and Challenge. It's an insider's view of what went wrong with British engineering and how it got so decimated, and then how, in the context of Brexit, which makes it even more difficult, what could be done to improve the situation.
And do you think you've made any difference?
It certainly resonated with quite a lot of people. A number of people have posted extremely favourable reviews of it. I've had a number of heartfelt letters from individuals. At a political level, I'd say it was more disappointing that the Conservatives I've sent the book to have completely failed to respond. Two Labour MPs, Rachel Reeves, currently the Shadow Chancellor, and Hilary Benn, both wrote me nice things about the book, although I'm not sure they're implementing many of the things. And the Lib Dems were the people who really took it up, but at the moment they're obviously, sadly, not much of a force in British politics.
And what next for Tom?
Well, I've been working on the book and the sequence of the book, and public speaking and writing articles and so on as a result of that. Now I'm looking around and thinking about new pastures. I think people expect to have an engagement that's going to be limited to 2 or 3 days a month, and where they'll be able to make a big input to the company and derive satisfaction from achieving change. In practice, the time input is exceedingly variable and arises at completely unpredictable times. The effect that you can have on the business is often somewhat limited. A great deal depends on how the executive team is behaving. As a non-exec, you have exactly the same legal obligations and liabilities as an executive director, but you clearly have far less information, and you are terribly dependent on the quality and integrity of the executives in the information that you get. The other thing that's terribly important is some execs will take very seriously advice and suggestions from non-execs and act on them. That's great, but an awful lot see non-execs as a necessary evil and are keen just to forget what's been said as soon as possible.
You were a non-exec or chair for some years. What were the highs and what were the lows?
Oh my, the highs. I guess one of them was starting up a completely new company that we spun out of Cambridge, with a great team doing solar panels in Africa, where it's fulfilling a tremendous social need, quite apart from being a profit-making company. And a team I really enjoyed working with there, very bright, able people who were very keen to hear my advice and to act on it, and that was really great. The lows, well, some businesses that ended up in insolvency, and that was as low as you can get, really.